Korean drama Death's Game ending review and explained. Death's Game introduction. The Korean drama Death's Game. Death's Game is a TVING original series adapted from the webcomic I Died Again, created by Lee Won-sik and Gulchin. Directed by the renowned Ha Byung-hoon. The show is set to premiere on December 15, 2023. The narrative centers around Choi Yi-jae, played by Seo Eun-gak, who, after being unemployed for 7 years, faces a peculiar punishment for his disregard of life, experiencing 12 different deaths. Park So-dam plays a pivotal role as Death, appearing just as Choi Yi-jae is about to fall into hell, thus becoming a key figure in his fate. The cast also includes notable actors such as Ko Yoon-young, who portrays Lee Ji-soo, Choi Yi-jae's college girlfriend who undergoes a painful transformation following his death. Another significant character, Jang Seung-jo, portrayed by Lee Do-hyun, is a model who rose to fame for his looks, attracting the attention and adoration of women. This series not only embodies director Ha Byung-hoon's unique emotional style, but also blends elements of humanity, romance, and thriller, presenting a multi-layered worldview. Adapted from the globally popular webcomic I Died Again, which amassed over 280 million views. The show has a vast fan base worldwide. The first part of Death's Game will debut on TVING on December 15th, with the second part expected to be released on January 5th. For audiences outside South Korea, the series will be available on the Prime Video platform. Death's Game cast. The series features a stellar cast including Seo Eun-gak, Park So-dam, Ko Yoon-young moving, Jang Seung-jo, Choi Si-won, Lee Jae-wook, Sung-hoon, Kim Ji-hoon, Kim Jae-wook, Kim Kang-hoon, Lee Do-hyun, Yoo In-soo, and Ryo-won, among others. Death's Game EP 1 to 4 review and explained. Just the stellar cast of Death's Game is a reason enough not to miss it. The story begins with Choi Yi-jae, who, after 7 years of unemployment, decides to end his life. Post-death, he encounters a new existence. The initial episodes focus on Yi-jae's life leading up to his suicide. He faces a series of misfortunes, failed job interviews, financial scams leading to bankruptcy, a breakup due to misunderstandings, and being evicted for unpaid rent. These culminate in his decision to jump off a building. Park Jin-tae, 33, the second son of the Takon Group's owner, wins the fierce competition against his brother to become the representative of the group. He was already dead due to a plane crash before Yi-jae's soul entered his body. This concept of Yi-jae's death game aligns with the idea of a parallel timeline where the original person is long gone, and he continues the game upon respawning. Striving to avoid his own death, First Life, deceased, 21-20, Song Jae-seop, 38, an extreme sports enthusiast with 4 Guinness World Records, is midair when Yi-jae responds. If he completes the no-parachute skydive, he'll win 3 billion won from a sponsor. However, in pursuit of the money, Yi-jae crashes to his death. Had he clung to those with parachutes, he might have survived under his new identity. But inheriting the person's memories and abilities, he fearlessly dives. Second Life, deceased, Kwon Hae-soo, 17, bullied in school and reluctant to attend classes, threatens suicide if the bullying continues, but gets beaten up anyway. Yi-jae, having taken over his body, initially fights back, but is eventually outnumbered and beaten. He isolates the bully, but the actual person, overwhelmed, brutally kills Yi-jae with a brick. Third Life, deceased, Lee Joo-hun, 35, a fixer working for an organization with clients worldwide, steals 10 billion won for a woman. While meeting her, he's intercepted by his boss's men. He's essentially a Korean version of a hitman, hunted for a hefty bounty after escaping. Using his protagonist's luck, he successfully flees but is killed by the woman upon revealing the money's location. Fourth Life, deceased. Jang Seung-jo, 24, a model with no particular ambitions, is loved for his looks, often the first love of many male peers. After retrieving money from the subway station, he's invited to a party by Park Tae-woo, now the Takon Group's representative following his brother's death. EJ vaguely recognizes him but can't place where. The next day, EJ, working at a cafe, encounters his ex-girlfriend Lee Jisoo. He discovers the money she gave him was from a novel prize, and the man driving her home was her brother. Regretting his ignorance and insecurities, he shares his death experiences with Jisoo. After an ambulance rushes past, fearing for Jisoo, he finds her safe but later sees her grieving at his memorial. He decides to reveal his identity to her, but as he does, Park Tae-woo, drunk driving again, hits them. Jisoo dies instantly, while Yejae is killed by Tae-woo, 7th life, deceased. Jo Tae-sang, 21, a would-be fighter, takes the blame for a hit-and-run in exchange for 200 million won, ending up in jail. There, he encounters Lee Jin-sang, the killer of Kwon Haik-soo. Yejae, having taken over Jo's body, exposes and beats him. Before release, he tricks Jin-sang into believing Haik-soo's ghost haunts him. After digging up Lee Joo-han's money and depositing it, he's stabbed by the hit-and-run victim's father, then killed by a fellow inmate over the money. 5th life, deceased. His 6th reincarnation is as an infant, unfortunately born to abusive parents, eventually smothered by his mother. 6th life, deceased. Park Tae-woo cleverly links several deaths, an obvious plot device by the writer. He hired killers for Jin-tae, paid for Tae-sang's hit-and-run cover-up, and now kills again while drunk driving. Yejae's resolve to avenge Jisoo grows. Returning to death, he aims a gun at her, wanting her to experience death too. Yejae probably still doesn't realize that his suicide from the building crushed another person. Not unlike Tae-woo's drunken manslaughter, next to the crushed victim was a doll. Could it have been a pregnant woman? This implies Yejae's suicide resulted into deaths. Thus, his punishment to experience various deaths is connected to all these events, and particularly to Park Tae-woo. With Jisoo's death, Yejae's only remaining reason to live is his mother, and he seems determined to avenge Jisoo at any cost. The first 4 episodes of Death's Game are quite engaging, with a cast that reminds one of luxurious holiday blockbusters. The show carries a strong message of moral redemption. Despite being aired on a lesser-known platform, it's a must-watch. Though I do not endorse pirated viewing, the frustration is real as the remaining 4 episodes will only be released on January 5, 2024. The wait is agonizing. Death's Game EP 5 to 8 ending review and explained. Jung Jo's 33 years old, was born into an ordinary family but always knew he had a special talent that the world failed to recognize. One day, he witnessed a horrifying scene that inspired him profoundly. His painting, based on that day's vision, was hailed internationally for its deep portrayal of human cruelty and sold for a high price. This success led him to immerse himself in art, transforming the lives of the 15 individuals who tragically inspired him into artworks. Jung Jo, a maniac who killed 15 people, was the body Yejae intended to use for revenge. He successfully approached Park Tae-woo, knocking him out at his doorstep and taking him home. Unexpectedly, Jung, due to a brain tumor, fell into a coma again. When he awoke, the tables had turned, and he found himself tied to a surgical table by Park Tae-woo. In the end, Jung, who planned to dismember Tae-woo, was killed by him, making it one of his most painful deaths. 8th life, deceased. However, we will continue the summary in the second part of the video.